My name is Sophia Rosenberg, and I'm a sophomore here at UNCG. I am currently pursuing a double major in anthropology and religious studies. I went up to my professor and asked her if she knew anyone at all who was currently interested or conducting some sort of research in the field of digital anthropology. And she directed me to Professor Grieve of the Religious Studies Department because he had previously taught courses about video games and Dungeons and Dragons, and basically he connects nerdy things to religious studies, and I was like, that's right up my alley. The population I was studying is a group of academic researchers who are spread internationally, and they're all players of the survival sandbox game Valheim. The fact that academia is becoming more open to studying gaming and is now realizing that video games are very important cultural artifacts is extremely exciting, since now it means I get to combine my love of research and my love of video games into one wonderful mess. Ethnographic research is basically, it's an approach in which a researcher goes out into the field to directly observe a culture that they are studying and learning about. It gives the researcher that direct exposure, up close and personal connection with the culture that they want to document. And it also allows for the voices of the practitioners of that culture to be heard. The ethnographic approach I used when conducting this research allowed for a reevaluation of the traditional power dynamics that come with ethnographic research. Ethnography is an approach that comes from colonialism. Ethnographers have always struggled with how to balance the power dynamic between themselves as a researcher and their informants. The fact that it was in a virtual environment, we were all just players playing a game together. We all had the same goal of continuing the story and trying not to die hundreds and dozens of times. I found that it balanced the power dynamics between myself as the ethnographer and the informants that were in the research. It's really important to find ways of making researchers more aware of how they're positioning themselves against the culture they're studying. I presented my work at UNCG's Undergraduate Research Expo, in which I won first place in the humanities category. I also presented my research at the North Carolina Undergraduate Research and Creativity Expo that was hosted in UNC Wilmington. There's a difference between imagining yourself doing something and actually doing it, and the opportunity to conduct this research and use the methodologies that I've learned about but haven't gotten a chance to apply is incredibly fun. You get to see it put into action and be like, I did that. That's me. I'm the researcher. To new students, the main advice I would offer is to not be afraid to talk to faculty. Professors are not as scary as they appear. They are extremely passionate about what they do, and there's nothing that professors want more other than to connect with the students who, even if they don't share the exact same research interests, want to seek out mentorship. The most surprising thing about attending UNCG is how easy it was to adapt to the school. I realized I was welcomed into a university with a very outgoing community. There's so many opportunities, you just have to make the first move.